standard movement between both teams to try to move, gain power weapon possession instantly. This is like Mr. CJ, just all the way in the back in his own base, just trying to get a few shots off. And quickly a barrage from the way station onto Status Who.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like here that you know, there's a very aggressive, like I mean he's kind of poking here around with the heat wave, but it doesn't look like anyone is fighting too hard out here.
Not at all. Quickly, I mean, not a lot of incredible movements. Just trying to get that early amount of slays in. Not, just what you expect in an early game. Quickly seeing a pickup from Waste Station, like to move forward, try and maintain immediately getting shot down by Darren. We may see a score, except for Bump and Scatter quickly recognizing that he needs to give it away and shoot. But then Status 2 quickly being able to take the flag themselves and make a stalemate between both teams.
Yeah, and well, it looks like the throw wasn't quite so far off of top flag. Now it is still awkward with it being stuck up there, but yeah, I figured they'd be able to return it relatively okay, and it looks like they've done so.
It does look like they will, but Status 2 quickly taking the first flag, and a little bit more defensive posture from both teams. We're going to see a little bit of battles in the...
Yeah. Yeah, no, sorry. I was going to say that there was some quite deep there, and I mean, that trade is big because if you allow someone to roam around your fridge area, I mean, yes, you get beneficial spawns, but you're always worried about that left side push up the fridge door.
Up onto the fridge door, indeed. I just have to say, it's very interesting that Aquarius is the first map because, personally, I've never particularly liked Aquarius. Maybe it's just because I'm not good at the game, but it could also just be how small it is and how quickly firefights can kind of just press down on someone as we start to see quickly one of Way Station's players being surrounded by all of Status 2, and he gets away! I don't even know how he did that, but quickly it does seem like this will be a battle on the flag for Way Station, but then immediately Status 2 returns the flag, but Reba Noob does he sacrifices himself to get the flag.
CG Theory is going to find himself in a lot of trouble here. There's so many of them out in utility. He just gets swamped.
Does get swamped. And then quickly we have Xeno grabbing the... What is it?
Oh, the microwave, baby.
The microwave. There we go. That's the correct way to use it. Getting 2 kills and immediately starting to make the process of moving, grenading his own teammate, and FI Shady rushing across the field, trying to grab the flag, going to try to move forward, having to drop the flag to be able to shoot. CG Theory does get the kill on to the flag holder, but then we may see a potential score here from Way Station unless they're able to get a miracle play through. It does seem that
very disciplined here. Although we have 2, we have 2 in the base.
2 in the base, and now getting a... Oh my goodness! Status Who immediately got a last-second save on the flag and is already running it halfway across the map. Certainly, this is like a relentless offense from Status Who onto Way Station.
That's right, and I mean, I think, they're just basically flying at the enemy, basically saying, we're going to dictate how this game goes, alright? Every decision you make is going to have to be a reaction to what we're doing, because we are flying straight. We're holding W, and we're coming in.
Just rushing as fast as they can. It's almost a little bit too much for even me who's watching it. I'm just like, you gotta be, like, this is the... If you've ever watched me cast before for Halo Rec League, you always know I talk about what the right type of aggression is. And it's, the type of aggression where you're able to grab the flag with minimum impact your own team, and that's what Status Who's really showing right now. I mean, time and time again, they're able to collapse onto any way station members who are, you know, not fast enough with the flag. In addition, they've been able to score and consistently put pressure on to Way Station, and Way Station hasn't really responded with it. And you can see it in the KDs right now. You can see that like all of Status 2 is relatively close, and Way Station struggling somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to get that flag there, but it does seem to be very kind of like back and forth. Now, some great awareness here by Mike. He is showing that he knows how these spawns work, and some great team comms are telling him that they're all going to be spawning in Fridge. So, very disciplined play. Unfortunate to only come out with a trade there, but, you know, great job nonetheless.
I mean, certainly an excellent score by Way Station to be able to tie this up 1-1. About 6 minutes remaining in this game, so anything can happen. It's not a, you know, set in stone just yet, but it does seem like we do see a lot more coordination from Status Who than on Way Station. It's almost like a teams of two are battling against one, you know, 4 teams of 1 sometimes. As we do see, you know, Xeno getting another kill, and the coordination is just looking particularly swell for Status Who.
Yeah, and I mean, they're all 4 up and they know it, so they're just trying to keep putting pressure on here. And they left the poor man with nowhere to go. I mean, right now, it's gonna take a Herculean effort to prevent this cap with the numbers up in such close party.
Indeed, as we're starting to see a series, like the battlefield has been cemented within, you know, Way Station's own base as continuous pressure from Status Who. I haven't even seen a single Way Station member in the Status Who base in like 2 minutes. And if I'm really thinking about it, like, they should rush, Way Station should rush someone to Status Who's base, or even halfway to mid, just to alleviate some of the pressure that they're feeling time and time again. Mr. CJ getting a kill, but then immediately dropping down from a teammate across the map. Yet again, Xeno trying to get another kill. He does not get it though, and now Rube the noob trying to rush across the field, juggling it to his teammate as he's starting to try to use his heat wave for a more efficient use.
And I mean, he's definitely made a very good call there, because not only does he have heat wave, he also has the thrust pack, and being able to just put down more damage to cover your teammate, like, you know, it's better. Like, it's all good in thinking you're being a good sport and that you are, you know, helping out the team by playing OBJ, but sometimes you've just got to be like, well, you know what, I have the power weapon, I can shoot like we're seeing here, and that's going to do a lot more for your team. My goodness, what a cap. I mean, that's extremely great work there from Rube the Noob. Extremely good work.
I mean, I feel like we're just going to hear about Rube the Noob all night long, but every single member of Status 2 quickly trying their best to cement their positioning. You know, Jared in mid, just getting an overview of everyone, goes down, but you're starting to see just, you know, a little bit more of that, you know, calm before the storm almost between both teams, as both teams grabbing the flag, and it may seem like a potential score for Status Who soon. And
yeah, they've got that 2-point buffer now, and that's kind of what they've been looking for this last minute. You know, I mean, they could have decided to slay out for 3 minutes, but they thought, you know what, it's a lot safer having that extra buffer, and there's a lot of desperation coming from Way Station, I think a bit too early there, you know, in that kind of defense, but sometimes there's just no option. Like, if your team is being slayed out this heavily, like, you know, it takes a Herculean effort to make up with that with any kind of game sense or OBJ play.
Yeah, you never want to, you know, kind of let go of trying to, you know, win a game until... And specifically on capture the flag, you never want to like have a 1-score difference between two teams, because one phenomenal play from the other team can tie it up, and you're in like that unfortunate predicament. Certainly, I would say even if you're a team, you don't let up until like 30 seconds, and then you play heavy defense with the sole goal of like, recognizing the other team's going to play a really rash play, be able to play it against them. Ruben the Noob grabbing the flag gets again, rushing it into Hydro, getting a double kill on CG Theory, and now you start to see the attempt by Waystation to just start up a play, like retaking the flag. No, we're not even retaking the flag. No.
Taking the enemy flag, yeah. So, I mean, the thing is here, like, it's very difficult for Waystation here because they are desperate now. There is no time. They need to cap this, and they need to cap it now. So all Status Who need to do is just bait the flag. You know where they're going. Just stay there. Keep your gun pointed in that direction, and everything will work out. And seems like that's exactly what just happened.
Rube the Noob quickly getting the fourth score for Status Who, and now it is the moments where Waystation potentially goes for another score, or they just try to deny Status Who getting the fifth score. It does not seem like there's going to be a lot of action as we're 45 seconds away from determining game one of this series. You did see FI Shady just trying to get a few kills, and yet again Hitthrust Zeno, 28 kills, the top fragger in this entire lobby. Almost 29.
I mean, this is all about stat padding now. There's 20 seconds left. The other team is desperate. They've already lost. He wants that 30 burger, and he is flying for it.
Really
because,
is.
like, sometimes you're playing in the heat of the moment, and he's going to be upset about that because he's only going to be coming back up with 2 seconds left. He's not going to be able to add that 29. But my God, himself and Rube the Noob really dictated the slaying on this Status Who team. And I mean, I've got to say that was a huge difference because the enemy team in here now, off the rip, it looks like they are on a 2-1-1 split. And yeah, I mean, they're kind of fighting on all fronts here. I would have thought with them being on the back foot as they were in the last one that they may have come more together like they seem to be now. That was great cover there from Turbine. But yes, like, you can see them now. They're all kind of, after forming, they're not exactly next to each other, but they're near enough to be able to come to the aid of any of those players if they find a push, which they are finding from B at the moment, which is not where you want to be pushing from.
No, I also think what the early movement of Waystation mostly was grab the, heat wave as fast as you can and ensure that you get a few opening kills. Getting a backsmack on the CG Theory. Jaren getting 2 kills. Wow, that was a almost like defying kill. OC Mike having his overshield drain out, not being that incredibly effective. And now he remains just slowly but surely trying his best to scout out an enemy. And here is just the cacophony of just attack from both teams onto B site.
I mean, like, Status Who's nose is definitely bloodied right now. Like, Waystation came out of the gates and were like, this is an Aquarius. We know this map. We love this map. I mean, honestly, Livefire is my favorite map. I love it. It's fantastic. And, some teams can struggle on it, but there's also that mental side that if Status Who lose this game, are they going to be able to keep the mentals in check for the rest of the series?
Mentals being so critical to a game. I've known many times where many people just get really frustrated by the play, and it can impact the entire series. 12-6 for Waystation. They came out, you're saying like they have a bloody nose. I mean, I feel like they just went for the, like, they rushed them the entire game, and they're determining where they want to do the firefights. It could be familiarity with the map, or it could just be, that, Status Who's lost momentum and they're a little bit more playing passive. Whatever it may be, it's not working out for them in these first 3.5 minutes. 14-8 for Waystation.
Now, there is a potential here for a bit of a swing, as they have C control here, Status Who, and looks like they're maybe a little timid Maybe they don't. They're more worried about the scoreline growing there. But no, it just looks like actually there's been a complete wrap. Oh, this is chaos. Where are they fighting from? Like, Rube is in a lot of trouble. Like, how he pulled out that kill. If he gets the... Oh my god.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
No!
Mind
That was
that
nasty!
gap. Oh my
Rube.
god. Look, he had no right to survive those two gunfights. Coming in, half shields, and then just sending someone out, and he gets the sniper for free. I mean, yeah, we could be seeing a good swing back in the direction of Status Who if, and if they're able to get this ping, or yeah, this kill on OJ, or sorry, that was OC or old CJ. Yeah, it looks like the momentum is definitely in their favor. Now we need cool heads from Status Who. They need to get out of where they are because it is pain and misery. So they're able to get their shields back and wrap around through A, which is a very wise move. A lot of cover.
I'm finally taking down Rube the Noob, who was like on a 4-kill streak, even though like he's down 6 deaths, proving instrumental in the slow comeback for Status Who. Only 3 kills remaining. 5, never mind.
Oh.
343 just said, no, whatever you're saying, just be wrong. As we start to see a little bit, you know, as you're saying, a unfortunate position for Status Who and a stronghold control over Shield by Waste Station. They finally grab. No, they go down. And
oh, that
OS
was a
is
pop.
on
That
the
was.
field.
Do they know? Do they know? Do they know?
Do they know?
Turn
around.
They have. Yeah, there it is. I saw a pop. They have it up in cuts. So thankfully, the player heard us and went up to support his friend. Now, I don't know that push went exactly how they would hope. I think actually Waste Station were ready up there.
No, I'd argue that was a very successful push, even if it didn't do like an amazing amount short term. You were able to deny Waste Station the ability to grab OS, you know, and that's going to be crucial for any gameplay that you're doing. Unfortunately, you know, like, but the downside of that was you kind of isolated yourself and you weren't able to maintain the momentum. But for the next minute or two, you know, you gained OS and you denied it from your enemy. And that's almost as good as, you know, using it for 2 or 3 kills. Because that could be 2 or 3 deaths on your end yourself.
Absolutely. And I think we're seeing here now Status Who kind of very spread out, very disconnected. And some of that is due to spawn control. But a lot of it could be just due to, like, people reverting to type. You know, I know how to play Halo. I'm going to see what I can pull out for my team. Which, I mean, if you're hit us and Rube, I mean, go for it, get off the leash, because at the moment, Rube the Noob is the top fragger, and he's just about at 100 or at 100, you know.
Yeah, it's just let Rube the Noob just do what he needs to do. Like, FI Shady, the top fragger in the entire thing, does have OS. He's going to be able to start pushing forward. He is able to coordinate to take down Rube the Noob finally. But quickly we're seeing that Status Who being pinned into Nest. CG Theory trying everything he can to get out. Getting shot from tower. Just by this point, you just gotta get out of there. There's nothing else you can do.
I mean, they had one player trying desperately to wrap, but there are just so many in house now. I mean, they were just in tower, and now they have 2 in the house. Like, I mean, that's nuts. Like, they're looking very coordinated here at the moment, Waste Station, and it's really coming out in the scoreline here.
Certainly, as we're seeing within the 10-kill lead for Waste Station, 43-33. It's going to take a Herculean effort to try to even get the few kills. Jaren, unfortunately, trying to make one play and not even able to do anything, not even taking down a shield. And you'll see a lot more passive movement from Status Who, recognizing that they only have 5 deaths remaining, and they have to get like 30 or 17 kills to be able to make this.
Yeah, but I mean, pillars isn't where you want to be for doing that. I mean, you can be wrapped from both sides. Well, actually, three sides. And I mean, there are not many places on the map that isn't the case, but I mean, it's certainly a massive problem there, pillars.
Now you start to see Waystation looking for blood. Last kill before the second game of the series is done for, shooting across the map. It does look like Status who's trying to make a last-ditch effort to grab OS. It is instead Mr. Mr. CJ gets killed.
Not popped, not popped.
Not popped yet, but a little bit too aggressive from Jaron. It should be Rube the Noob up there as he starts to move. We do see, Jaron finally going down. 50 to 36 for. We're going to see a push from OC Mike to be able to contest. Rockets trying to just throw a few grenades out there. But not getting too much. It does seem like Status 2 rushes and grabs shotgun, but it is Waystations. Rockets, 3 down. No grab on the point just yet, but it's Rube the Noob versus the entire enemy team. And he does go down and spawns being forced into C for Status 2.
I'm going to say here, OC Mike, not a flashy play, but living there on that push from when he was getting pushed from purple was huge. I think you can often go overlook the value of life. I mean, I know it's drilled in over and over again, but really, like, him living there is the difference between them having B and them having nothing at all.
You're not wrong. I mean, I would absolutely agree. CG Theory getting 2 kills from E, trying to maintain control, getting 3 with the back smack. But realistically speaking, you would rather want your enemy to not, to die and your stay instead, so.
Yeah, so here's a nice flip of the map here. So, we've got now Heaven is a double-edged sword. Luckily, Rube is able to get away there, but you're open from so many angles up there. It can be very difficult to hold down. But this... Oh, remote deaths! Oh, and it just wasn't enough. That was a great capture there from DC Mike, or OC Mike, my apologies.
No, not at all. It is just a little bit difficult to sometimes see how, some of these names sometimes, because they're all very similar, but you start to see that, Waystation starting, controlling that BC spread, which I personally would enjoy. CG Theory just trying to pin them out as far as they can.
Oh, down in Harry Potter. No. So, wow, he's gotten around that, and CG Theory here, I can't believe this man is alive.
I don't know either. Sometimes you're able to make a phenomenal play, and just be able to pop off. It's so amazing when you're able to feel it, because it's like that move of adrenaline that continues to move on. AC hold for Waystation, that's going to prove some issue. And you see almost immediately Status Who rushing in to grab onto C for the BC hold. Never, ever, ever control AC in your life. That is a recipe for disaster.
Hey, well, I mean, the thing is, if your enemy is just running like chickens into B and dying, just leave them have it. Take AC, But most of the time, yeah, you're absolutely correct. You're gonna want control of B because it's the hardest hill to cap, really.
Yeah, I mean A is, I would say A is like the second
great stalker play.
Amazing stalker play. No, you're good.
That was
you're
just
good.
I mean, that was fantastic.
Move.
I love that red gun. I'm not gonna lie, we had a Halo challenge there a while back where it was see how many perfects you can get on streets with just the stalker. Man, that gun, it's just so satisfying to use, and a big component of your success here on streets.
I would say it's like the second most important power weapon on streets. Beyond, you have your rockets, then you have your red gun, then you have your shotgun. And it's mostly because it's able to pop shields so quickly, and if you're able to get, a perfect, you still have plenty of ammo. And with the, shotgun, it takes 2 or 3 shots, and you only have like 6 or 8 in that gun entirely. So it's just a little bit more of that macro element. OC Mike getting a smack onto, but Jaren with the rocket, he's gonna get a second kill. He does use rockets in the most efficient way possible. FI Shady going down from a continual assault, and finally, after a little bit of time with Waystation, B is now in the firm hands of Status Who.
Absolutely, and this is really going back and forth. Like, it's just a... Oh my god, a triple kill here from Bump and Scatter to capture that B point back. I mean, they are going back and forth on this one. Neither team giving anyone an inch or 2 or 3 seconds to think. Like, it's literally all action all the time.
No, not at all. And we're continuing to see this game's getting pretty close now. 114.
You don't want to be there, buddy.
As you know, Status Who quickly grabbing it back, but immediately Waystation has. It does look like old Mr. CJ on the field, and I have to apologize to Mr. DC Mike. I saw OC for the longest time. That was just a thing about being a little bit blind, you know. And
yeah, you and me both, right? But you know, I think honestly, we are seeing just a fantastic showing here from Waystation on this hold. Like, if they're like, they have like very good control of the map here, and they're putting down a lot of good team shots. Although this balcony play could be massive. I mean, he is owning rockets right now. He single-handedly preventing the opposition team here, Hithurst, from picking them up. Unfortunately, there was only so much he could do, unless... Did we see who got rockets?
I think
that rocket player is dead. Yeah, here it is. They just picked it up from Laundry Rue.
An entirety of Waystation going down for those few moments, allowing for Rube the Noob, the man, the myth, the legend from Status Who, that we've been talking about all night long, to finally grab it. He's going to try to get a little bit of play onto Driveway. Does get 1 kill, has 1 rocket remaining, and in the chamber, I would almost... Yeah, I think chamber's the correct wording. Getting a second kill, rushing on to A to try to defend it with his entire team, getting a smack, and getting the assist from CG Theory, and being able to grab on. But they do abandon B, which allows for Waystation to grab it. And
yes,
they're grabbing AC.
This play on C is very, very cute, right? Because what they're doing is they're drawing away the attention of the opponent to go back to the hill that they've lost, and it just completely split their defense on B, and they were able to just walk back in. That was a fantastic play.
Finally,
I believe it was Jade Jaren who went in the back line there, just to call him out.
I remember I was talking with my team's coach at one time, and he said, only rush AC when you're like needing to make a split on the enemy's defense, and that's what they certainly did, except for Status Who quickly melted with the Waystation rushing into B. So finally, about to be tied, only 100 points remaining for both teams just now, and it does look like it's going to be just a battle of seconds for both teams, unless you do see Status Who finally... Nope, Status Who's not able to grab it just yet, as they're continuing to fight for control of strategic points on the map.
Absolutely, and you're seeing another big play here from DC. This man just doesn't know how to die. Like, he just lives every time. It's insanity, and being able to keep their attention at you. I mean, we all see that little flicker that the opponent's shield is out, and you're like, maybe I peek a little further, and maybe I just focus in on this guy. But no, like, he just had a teammate there to clean everything up. And, I mean, I think this is a huge game here for Status Who. Like, they need to win this game. Like, they need to win this map, I think. Just to kind of bring back in their mind the kind of like the disappointment of the last match, because we saw once a chink is shown to the enemy in the armor that in the previous week it was exploited heavily. Certainly
an excellent Yeah, it's a metaphor. That's the right English word. Let's just go to Halo Rec League's English lesson of the week as we start to see.
I think it's a simile.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just messing with you.
No, you can't do that. But quickly, we're starting to see less than 50 points for Waste Station, and as this continual just push from Waste Station, about to potentially make this into a point or game point or series point. Oh, yeah, 25 remaining, and it seems like Status 2 has no answers whatsoever.
Oh, that was
for getting
great
down all three.
Get that kill onto Hithurst there was big, although not enough. Or sorry, yeah, no, it was quite big. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, no, definitely that like saves his teammate, and like they're able to wrest control of B. Now here is where things can get weird, right? Because I have a feeling we're going to see maybe 1 or 2 clock stops here before this game finishes. Like, things are going to get hectic. I mean, Waste Station, no, they only need 13 seconds, and that can play on your mind. You can be like, I want these 13 seconds, and I want them now. But they're going to have to be patient and coordinated for their final push here on B.
Don't want to get too aggressive. They can allow for someone like Rube the Noob to make some significant play. He does go down. 3 players for Status 2 down.
This is all down to Hithurst. He has to win this fight against 2 to keep them in this game, and it looks like he's just been taken out. Now, this is a Hail Mary. No, forget it. Get on. Yeah, that's it. Like, they're done. That was a great push here on B. Very well disciplined. And well worth winning.
Every single coordination possible between this team. Maybe changing in the roadie 15 can seal the deal, but you quickly do see a little bit of control from both teams. Status 2 having 2 players go down, and DC Mike finally tapping on to the point.
And being able to get that overshield, or sorry, that camo for basically free. Now, the problem with playing camo on the hill is that you're going to find every nade from every corner of the map. Everyone is going to just pick up grenades and throw them at your feet. So, I mean, you're very rarely going to be invisible, as we saw there. Oh, that was FL Shady, my apologies. But unfortunately, DC wasn't able to maintain that for too long. I will say as well, we can't underestimate the impact that a substitution can have on a team. Like, this isn't like regular sports, you know what I mean? Like, these 4, like this 4 stack will be the one that is routinely played with each other a lot more, I would think, than the substitute stand-in, right? So, I think we need to consider that it could be the case that Status 2 would be able to capitalize on maybe a slight bit of poor
a bit of miscommunication that can potentially come up. In addition, this is mixed, so not every single one of these players have played beyond week 1. They knew, like, I think, like 2 or 3 days beforehand, so it could just be over the season they continue to, like, get used to playing with each other. But quickly, Waste Station takes point 1, is immediately on point 2. A DC Mike getting on Ruba the Noob, and 2 players for Waste Station on to the C hill, and only CG Theory being able to get any sort of coverage whatsoever.
Yeah, and I think like his play there to stop the rotation in was big, because that's where all of his friends are going to come from, right? Come from A. Like, if your opponent is on C, you're going to be spawning in A, right? Most of the time. So I think like being able to soften the attack there really let them milk some time here. Now, I'd like to see a little bit of glass control, not necessarily to cover the hill, but to cover people coming into the hill.
100%. And you did see an excellent flank from Status 2 to be able to knock out Waste Station from the point, and now force this arduous journey for Waste Station to be able to finally grab onto the point yet again. DC Mike's going to be able to replicate what happened for Status 2, get able to get the kill, but does not grab the shock rifle It's still on the ground. I don't know if they grabbed it just yet. That is going to be a critical weapon to any success in recharge whatsoever. Like, you have to be able to grab it to be able to win this game.
Absolutely, and I think he could be a man after my own heart here, leaving it for a teammate who maybe knows how to use that thing a bit better than you do. You know, I mean, sometimes your hands aren't hot and you kind of just say, you know what, Roddy, you take that. And unfortunately, there was only one shot left in it, which kind of left him a bit isolated there at the back of C for that push from Waystation.
A little bit of isolation, but now it is just a back and forth fight between Waystation and Status 2. CG Theory was the last man alive, and he was just running all over the place trying to get away from Sneaky down into Blue Tunnel. Still not, I don't think, he finally died after like a massive manhunt for him. But now all of Waystation, besides Bump and Scatter down, and finally Status 2 grabbing onto this, just a phenomenal last 2 minutes of us just talking about how one flank can happen to two flanks and then 3 or 4 by this point.
I mean, this is outrageous. We're already 2 minutes ticked off the clock over it now, and we're still on the second hill. Like, this is a Herculean effort from, I think, Status who are trying very desperately not to give them a 2-point buffer here. They're saying this far and no further.
As the great Gandalf the Grey would once say, you shall not pass, smash. I can't do a good impression.
You shall not pass!
There we go! And Ruben holding on as hard as he could, not being able to take it, and continuous back and forth between
excellent 5,000 IQ play there from Jay Jaren. He remembers the patch notes, he remembers there's no tick up, and he slides in there for that last second and gets it right under the nose of Waystation. That's big. That's big for Status 2. A great play.
Phenomenal play. Just taking that last second. Any second can indeed matter in this game, but quickly Waystation will be able to gain control of the early points on the A hold. Ruben the Noob not able to get anything. He's going to be able to grab Grappler, not able to really play anything, but we do start to see Status 2 pushing in for the 3v4 attack. 2 Waystation players remaining, and now 1, and all it's going to take is they go down, all of Waystation down, and finally Status 2 able to start grabbing some points after a long drought on this point.
Absolutely. I think like there, you just saw an example of a great hold, like on A, great setup, having someone out on Heaven, 1 high, 2 low. I mean, that was a great setup, and it definitely earned them all the time they have here, and it just means now that all they have to do is get 1 team wipe, and they've got this hill.
1 team wipe remaining. It does look like Waystation's going to finally grab onto this, unless there's any sort of like amazing antics. Waystation does indeed grab it. Now it's 2-1 in the side of Waystation. 2 more remaining into the blue pipes. A very hard position to hold unless your team's able to just be slay active. Rody getting a flank onto CG Theory, and now some points finally going in the favor of Waystation.
Oh, that's a big win. Jay Jaren there, I would normally not recommend doing anything like that, but he needed to win that fight for his team to be able to break up this hill early, and he got it. You know, excellent pip skills. He was definitely shots down there.
Excellent shots remaining. I have to give it up for Waystation being able to hold on as long as they have. And really, I feel like this point's going to lead. You have to be able to push out and be able to contain. Like, if you're Waystation, you have to take 3 members, push, make 1v1s, win the 1v1s to be able to, like, pin Status 2 away so you're able to get this 3rd point. And they're doing this pretty well right now. F1 Shady getting a back smack, getting, you know. Oh, okay, it's Bump and Scatter just kind of holding on to his teammate. You do see a little bit of Reeb the Noob trying to get a little bit of a flank, not able to do anything. Excellent coordination from Waystation, and it's about to be their point unless some miracle play from Status 2 is able to be formulated.
Yeah, and unfortunately, just a little late there.
Oh
but
my goodness!
Oh,
No!
it hurts.
Oh!
Oh,
That,
that was nice. I like that. Like you hate to see that when you repulse someone over that ledge and they land on the platform. You just you're just thinking, why? What have I done to deserve this? Right? And I think now things get very hairy for Status Who. One hill remaining, and they've only got a minute and a half to do it. Like, Waystation just have the option of just slaying out, clear the hill out, and you can stay on it if you want, or you can wait a minute and a half and just kill your opponents.
either or can work. Xeno getting the kill on the Jaren, and it does seem like this can be a little bit more of a push. CG Theory being slayed out in A. Jaren moving in, last player just holding onto the point as long as he can, getting the kill onto Rhodey. 15.
And not only there.
Not only there, but forcing a respawn for most of Waystation. Jaren's going to hold on to top A, getting a little bit of a flank. Does get the kill on F1 Shady, but immediately gets, you know, get a little bit of a revenge.
Collected.
Yeah, a little bit more collected. I don't know. I feel like the 3-1 curse may hit Waystation here with such a like powerful control from Status Who.
Yeah, I think that was a very good hold, but things get dicey now, right? This is the hardest hill, I would say, apart from, well, actually, no, I would say C is probably the hardest. But in this position, being the team that need to score this point is a massive disadvantage. Because, as you can see there, ticking down right now, 1 minute, 13 seconds is all they have, and they need to be on that hill. But it looks like Waystation are maybe just holding out for camo, but looks like they're going to try and just win this one here, like, on points.
I guess, you know, win it on the points so that, you know, you're not forced into a 3-3, having to battle it out in a inopportune point. Rabe the Noob getting 2 kills with the shock rifle. Both of them going for melee, though. Now it's a 4v2. Status 2 quickly being able to grab control of the point. And now it's going to be a race against time. A race against the respawn clock to see how many points Status 2 can get in this game. As we start to see...
Yeah, and OC Mike is known here. So, I mean, that's going to be hard for him to fight out of. He's probably going to have to reroute. Yeah, you see? There he is, TC. Like, I mean, unfortunately for him, like, if you're in A there and you have so many guns pointing at you, like, oh my god, they got it. Oh my god, they got it. It's 3-3, 1 minute remaining, all up on the C hill. Now, I remember... Pardon me?
No, yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, the 3-1 curse starting to hit Waystation very quickly, and as we all know, it's like whenever you get into a King of the Hill game and like your team's up 3-1, then you just completely and utterly collapse. So it may come to fruition as 3 players down for Waystation, and they're being spawned across the map.
Yeah, now this is a like very open hill, as we all know. So you're going to be shot from everywhere. But I mean, if beggars can be choosers in this case, you would want some glass control if you're if you're on the hill, because that way you can stop the... Oh my god, what a double kill, bud. Great assist there from his teammate, and was just there to collect the two like hurting Spartans.
Certainly,
so as you can see there,
Waystation's sub quickly proving himself to be the top fragger on this map with 26 kills, but 2 down for Waystation, and quickly Status 2 grabbing onto the point. Nope, it does seem like there is one player from Waystation all the way behind the point. He doesn't get the kill. It is going to be... It's Rhodey yet again, and he's able to get 2 kills and finally be able to control the point. Control the hill for the potential point. We're seeing yet again just a desperate heave from both teams to finally be able to put this game in the books.
Absolutely. It looks like they've found themselves a good designated hitter here, Waystation. Like, definitely, like, you know, going 2-0 here in kills. I mean, that's just fantastic work. You couldn't ask for more from Assault, really. But now, a lot of pressure coming in, and that kill there could buy them enough time to really put, oh, unfortunate, to really put the pressure on Wait Station. And this is oh, I wouldn't want to be CG Theory here. He wisely kind of gets himself away, but now that he has help, he's going to reaggress. That's great.
We are in overtime now. They were just barely alive. Status Who continuing unless a miracle play from Way Station is able to be made. Nothing happens.
Oh my god.
Wait, Status Who taking us to game 5 after a team's rush. It does seem like Way Station's a little bit faster on getting the rockets. Both 2 players into rockets. Rody grabbing it, being able to shoot. Jaren with the sniper on EC, and it's just ooh, that was nasty.
Is there an issue there with CJ Theory?
Is there?
It looks like there may be.
Oh yeah, we may see a little bit of an issue.
We might need a reset as they someone didn't move off spawn, so it could just be that they had an issue. They may have crashed, but we'll let you know shortly.
Yes,
all right. So as we kind of wait out this technical issue and try and get us back into the action as quickly as possible, like, where do you like to go on Empyrean off the rip? Are you like a long haul player? Are you the rockets? Oh, long haul, yeah. I always help with rockets because I love when you're able to get that perfect crouch jump onto the platform just outside green. So like, gotta love just getting there. Like, I just love the movement in this game. And I mean, I've been a Halo fan since Halo 1, and you know, a lot of the games for a while they kind of felt a bit, different when it came to mechanics. But I feel like here the spirit of the mechanics, while they're not exactly the same, the spirit of the mechanics, I think, are very reminiscent of early Halo games, and movement is very satisfying.
I would certainly say I enjoy playing. There's there are people who have made like more classic Halo movements, like an entire like series of settings. I always like those, but the reason why I moved to long haul is to always grab the pop-up shield, pop it down, and just delay someone to move in for like those 5 seconds early game. So like there's only so many other ways that the enemy team can move forward without them hitting you while you're fighting.
That's pretty good.
And then also that ensures that like you're holding up 1 to 2 enemy players, so that they're less likely to go grab the other power weapon. So I always play like that support character where I'm not the top fragger, but I'll try my best to move forward. And that's really going to be needed for both teams. Is like, you have to recognize this is the 5th game. You want to be able to take the win for the night. Ensure that your top fraggers have the support so they can remain the top fraggers, because top fraggers can't do it all by themselves.
Absolutely. And I mean, sometimes it can be as simple as, hey, could you just go over there and stand in the enemy's needler? Just stay there. Just stay there. You don't even have to shoot. Just stay there. And the rest of the team can clean up spawners. So, I mean, there are many ways that you can contribute here without being top fragger, even in this game. Especially getting those shots off, getting team shots, right? I mean, you always have to remember, like, 2 BRs beat 1 BR, right? So you always want to have a buddy, especially if you're somewhere open.
Certainly, as we're starting to see yet again a quick move. CG Theory is back and alive, but quickly. Way Station grabbing onto Rocket's Head again. Rody grabbing it. Does not get the kill, but is smart enough to not use the second rocket on the Xeno. And quickly, 3-1 lead for Way Station.
Yeah, that was very disciplined as well. Waiting out that repulse was great, actually. I mean, I don't know if it was intentional, per se, but it definitely looked that way, because it looks like he baited out that repulse with a grenade and then fired the rocket.
He probably recognized that they had the repulse onto it. Rody finally going down, just not enough ammo to be able to get a good kill. And now we're starting to see a little bit more slowdown in the game. Jaren with the sniper rifle yet again. I feel like Jaren. We're gonna see Jaren a lot with the sniper. Maybe one of his like better weapons. You and more of a spread out from Statusu and much more grouped together from Waystation, where where you're grouped together, you're able to coordinate better, but simultaneously, if a power weapon is used against you, you're more likely to get like collateral on your own team. More spread out, you're relying on individual ability, but you're able to open up plays better. That's essentially like my analysis of like both teams.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. Like, I think here now at the moment, like with this sword control, like I think we just saw Status Who go, hey, we know how this map goes. You're not getting into our half, right? We're just gonna batten down the hatches. We're gonna just make sure that our side is clear before we start moving forward. And we could start seeing them move forward soon if they're able to get a pick here at long haul.
Maybe trying to get something in the long haul. Who knows in particular?
Looks like they got their pick. That's 2. Oh, that's F1 Shady just completely isolated. And as you can see, they're just rushing to terminal as fast as they can off the spawn to avoid being trapped. And CG Theory just found the entirety of Waystation just moving his direction there and fell. But that's a good fight back from Status Who. They showed a bit of control there, and oh, he's gonna want that one back. But it looks like the bleeding has been stemmed here from Waystation, and they can get back on the back foot as they collect a kill there up on Status Who.
Certainly, it does seem it is true that Waystation has the lead, but quickly CG Theory trying to contest that with 3 kills, finally going down on the Rody. Rody has ever since he's come back, he has like a 2.1 KD in the 2 games he's played. So certainly he's becoming, that key player for Waystation right now. 12 to 11, absolutely. Close game. Status Who in terminal, and Waystation moving into pit itself. It just does look like there's not going to be too much action, except for Rody almost going down from a compressed fire from 3 Status Who players.
Yeah, and I mean, like, this underpass control here now is pretty good. I think now things are kind of evening up, but I still think that Waystation at this present moment in time have a bit more control around the map. Not much, but you'd rather be high than low, right?
Absolutely, yeah. You always want to be ahead, even if you have a few stumbles ahead. 16-14 for Waystation. It doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of action just yet. I really feel like this is like the lull moments of this game. Not too many kills back and forth, not too many phenomenal plays. Just don't push too far, scope out your enemy, and prepare for the next power weapon and rush that's going to be happening in 25 seconds. That's going to be where we're going to see some good plays.
And I think Bump and Scatter there learned that lesson the hard way when he pushed forward through, I believe, long haul and got picked or punished for it. Just too many enemy players watching. Oh, and there's someone in green already. Now this is going to send a bit of panic around Status Who now have to get aggressive to get this rockets, because I believe he's getting wrapped. So this is it now. Will he be able to pull it off? He does! What a play! Oh my god! Take a bow, son. My goodness. I mean, that's massive. That's really brought the game back in Status Who's favor. They've got power, and they've got the score back to level.
Also, just the ability to recognize I need to push these guys back with Rocket to make sure I don't get killed myself. Rube the Noob with 4 kills, no, not dying just yet, and another flank. Zeno finally taking down the final 2 who were making a push into green. Even throwing.
Oh, that's a nerdy play. I love that one. you know, not only does he get away faster, but he sends that plasma rifle or that plasma grenade right where it would hurt to dissuade anyone from following him. That was a great play.
Now that you say that, I didn't realize what was going on at first. I was like, oh my goodness, he was able to finally make it away. Now we're starting to see, yet again, way station moving through terminal. It looks like that's just their favorite place right now to be.
Well, I think at the moment it's the only place they can live. And a lot of pressure being put on by Status Who, but that trade there kind of makes things a bit awkward for Jay Jaren. And yeah, he's rightfully pulling back because unbeknownst to anyone, actually, they have someone in their S2. S1 now, and that's a good hit. That really should lead to an assist, and that was great team play there. Recognizing that, you know, that player needed to die, but here we see a push through green, which I would not recommend when you're a player down. But it looks like they've evened things up, so yeah, I mean, this is very tit for tat. I thought we would see one team really running away with it for a while, but they, like, Status Who were always keeping Way Station, like, even though they were ahead, they were keeping them honest, and it looks like it's paying dividends now. A very, very, like, principled, disciplined Halo, I think, from Status Who here.
I would much rather see one game of disciplined Halo than 1,000 games of absolute chaos. Certainly, as we see, I really think it's just both teams recognizing and having excellent coordination and communication, and you know, you're seeing it through not making too many rash pushes, trying to grab as many power weapons as possible. But we've seen Status Who this entire game just dominate every single power weapon, I would even say including Way Station's like own sniper. Like they grabbed it once or twice, so it's become just an amazing ability to be able to translate it forward. But even then, Way Station is able to control, like, being able to keep in parity. It's almost equally as impressive.
They have rockets. They have rockets. And I think, like, there was a 2-2 push there. They split, but Way Station just said, no, we're sending 4 for rockets. We're winning the rockets. That's what's going to make the difference for us. We trust our green gun player to bring the overshield down. And, and I've been there, Rube. You're always hoping to get around that corner, and it's just a few feet back from where you thought it was, you know?
No, so close, but no cigar for Rube the noob. I never knew that you guys should jump up on that right there. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a nice spot. It's banana. It's great. But like I think, yeah, it's called banana. I believe, if I remember my HCS correctly, the show match on this map, Snipe Down went up to Banana with a sniper and finished the game with a perfect. So, you know, that's how it'll always stick in my mind that is Banana.
Certainly some of the best, being able to make phenomenal plays. CG Theory almost getting killed by FI Shady. Just a little bit of tongue twisters, because like it's just like FI CG.
Yeah, I think I'll just go with one syllable names from now on. You know what I mean? Like either CG, well, I mean CG, but like Rube, Mike, Shady. You know.
True.
So yeah, I mean Zeno here is he's poking, he's prodding, he's seeing if anyone's sticking their head out, and he realizes in the back of his head that timer, these guys are wrapping. They're going straight for rockets, or they're coming around long haul, and made a heads-up decision to move in that direction.
Brody throwing as many pings as he possibly can, going, guys, come on. Look at this. DC Mike finally able to grab on to OS, but immediately goes down! Rube the noob!
Play, Rube, what you doing, buddy? Oh, heads up all around. And if they've got these rockets, the game could be, you know, that was a good snipe. That was a very good snipe.
We're not going to get any sort of rest from this game as we start to see just back and forth. Like, any single time they get one kill, immediately the other team's getting another, being able to move, bump and scatter across the map, being able to get a snipe into Status Who. Status 2 spawn.
Oh man, we're going to time. We're going to time. Definitely. Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
this. 1 minute remaining. 12 kills remaining. I mean, this could come down to one fight.
Could come down to one fight as we make to 1 minute remaining. And as always, every second
Let's see for
counts.
status. They're known. They have to get out of there now. Yeah, he's already lost a friend. He needs to get out.
Waste Station with a 3-kill lead, getting a little bit too aggressive from
Shady.
status through.
Shady right there, waiting for him. What a moment for him. That's just thinking ahead. Hopping up on that little jump up and hopping down to finish off your opponent is very good. Now, yeah, it looks like now Waste Station have kind of put their foot to the ground, and yeah, I mean, if I'm correct, it's all happening on their side of the map, which is completely atypical of a winning strategy, and the enemy just came straight for them in like a single file line. That's amazing. You don't see that.
A little bit too aggressive of a move from status 2, but Waste Station taking week 2